Hey everyone, it's Jason. Welcome to another unboxing for the Epic card games. This is the Duel, the two-player starter deck box. So it's gonna have 100 cards. So game cards, tokens, score cards, roll cards, some trackers, some other components that we'll look at. This is basically an alternative to buying the core game. So you can buy the core game. It gets you 120 cards, which is 30 cards for each of the 4 different alignments. And then, so you can basically play that way, and that's what you get. This deck actually kind of splits it up, so it breaks it down into kind of make it a little bit easier for people that maybe want to jump in and have never played before. It might be maybe even a recommendation over the base game for the first time. It's a little bit, I think it's a little bit more expensive for less cards, but the idea is that it breaks the decks down. A little bit better rule book, some extra tokens and stuff like that, which are a little bit more helpful stuff. And then if you enjoy it, go buy the core game, and then you actually have more. So they also do have another box like this, Guardians of Gawana, which also came out, which does the same idea. It just has this one focuses more on the 2-player and has some extra components to it to help out for that. A little extra rule book and stuff, but it doesn't have some of the other token pieces. So there's a little difference in there. So if we look, we're going to get 2 books. We're going to get a rule book and a quick starter guide. So the rule book is more or less the same as the other little box set, but it's better than the core game. Because it's actually going to go through and show pictures, like what positions are, a little bit more of that stuff. It's designed better. It's bigger, easier to read. All the different keywords, stuff like that. Not going to go in too depth in it. But yeah, that's your core book. It's a little bit nicer to read than the base game. And then it has this quick start guide, which the other little mini box set did not have. It's basically telling you right off the bat, you're starting out with 2 decks that are going to have cards like this. One player's Wild versus Evil, or Wild and Evil versus Sage and Good. So they have the 2 decks sorted out, and this is what they recommend, a good combination for people to play. The other 2 boxes that you can, like beginner boxes, I guess I can call them, they just have the cards there, so you have to sort them out however you want. So this always kind of starts off a little bit more, and then this actually walks you through on how to kind of play them. Yeah, how to actually go through how to set up your turn, how to set up your points trackers, all this step by step, everything you need to do, what 2-player can do. And I'm guessing these are all stacked decks, so if you sit down to play as them, this book is going to literally walk you through, like, you drew this card, play this way. You drew this card, play this. So if you've played this game before, or you've played Magic the Gathering or other similar type of versus card games, could be just about anything. Like, even if you played Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, you played these types of games, you could probably just skip this, and you don't need to have this little extra book. But if you've never played one of these before, yeah, so this is the, this is exactly how they're telling you how to set these up, so they can tell you exactly how to play these. This is a great way to learn how to play, and I really appreciate games doing something like this. It's, yeah, do I need, I sit there and think, do I need someone to walk me through the place? When the first time I ever learned how to play Magic, that's how you had to do it. You had to have someone, you had to sit there and tell you what to do and how to play steps. So at least this, though, if you're playing with somebody else, it walks you directly through on how to do all that. Another fun component we're going to get is the keywords and game terms. This has some of the basic ones you're going to use: Airborne, Ambush, Banish, Blitz, Tribute. The only thing I don't like is it doesn't list every keyword, or even all the major ones, because it has Tribute, but it doesn't have Oh, I can't even think of the name of the card. What the name of the ability is now. And maybe they don't have it here. Maybe this simplifies it and they don't have that. But there's one where you can pay to be able to look at it. But yeah, then on the back has your quick gameplay. Yeah, I like the idea of this, so you can sit there and quickly as a reminder. Just it'd only be better if it had all the different terms. Another fun thing that this set has that the base game does not have, the core game, is it has a first player marker, so you know whose turn it is. So that when you're playing, you just kind of keep track of that. And there's a big gold coins to keep track of your coin. I have it. I've used it. Just very simple little thing to do. What this doesn't have versus that, the other little box like this, not core set doesn't have them either. But the Guardians of Goliath set does not have. This does not have is +1 and +2 counters. But this might also be a simplified version of the game. So before we look at the two decks, we have a bunch of token cards. We have human tokens. And on the flip side, we will have demons. So they're keeping this the same. It's always humans and demons together. What is your orders, my liege? What is thy bidding, my master? But it's also nice. This also includes a lot more. There's 20 of them. And then there's 12 wolf tokens and zombie tokens. That's a lot more, so you have a better chance of getting through all of them. So let's look at our two decks. So we're going to start off with Wild versus Evil. There's your deck list. Put number 1 face up, number 2 on top of that. Last we flip the deck over. So it should already, I was going to say, it should already be set up that way, but it's not. Yeah, that's kind of dumb. Or do they have extra cards in here? No, that's all 30 of them. Now I'm showing you, the first card on the top is Anguish Demon. I don't even see Anguish Demon on here. Oh, 30 right there. So the next one's Flanking Maneuver. Okay. So flip the deck over, play from the top. Gotcha. So what they're going to have, those, I didn't look at these yet. Before I jump into that, they have some health tokens. So these are some for higher level cards. Or they have the lower level. And the idea is you're tracking your health. You have 39, 38, 37, 36, so on, and then you can flip it over. So this is also something that wasn't included in the base game, which is really neat. They included it later. I think most people, like, they'll probably, if they played other games, you just use like a dice tracker or something like that. But that's a nice thing to keep if you just have a little pocket game. Alright, so let's go through these cards. Now, usually I went through these, they're all going to be sorted out. I'm just going to go through them as they have them in the deck. So we're going to go through Evil and Wild cards back and forth. So, Anguish Demon. Blitz Tribute, deal 3 damage to each opposing champion. Flanking Maneuver. Put a wolf token into play. Target Wild champion gets 2/2 and draw 2 cards. Javelin Thrower. Tribute, deal 3 damage to a target. Street Swindler. Tribute, draw 2 cards. Infest. Demon Event. Draw 2 cards or put a demon token into play. Gains Blitz. Your evil champions gain 3/3. Canopy Ranger. Ambush. Tribute. Target champion gets +6 and +6 this turn. Forked Jolt. Deal 3 damage to one target, 2 to another. Deathbringer. Airborne. Tribute. You may break target champion. From Beyond. Put a demon token into play. It gains Blitz this turn. Evil champions gain +1/+1. Wake the Dead. Put 3 zombie tokens into play. Draw a card. Or if it's your turn, break all champions and each player puts 3 zombie tokens into play. Sandworm. Ambush. 13/8. Hunting Wavering. Another dragon. You may deal 8 damage to target champion. Abyss Summoner. Ambush. Other evil champions gain +1/+1. Tribute, put 2 demon tokens into play. Forest Dweller. Your other wild champions have +3/+3 and tribute to draw a card. So a lot more giving stuff bonuses. Endbringer Ritual. You may break all champions, including this card. Dark One's Apprentice. Deal 3 damage to target champion, gain 3 health. Whirlwind. Draw 2 cards, deal 7 damage to each champion or player, including you. Vilify. Break target 0 champion and gain health equal to its defense. If it's your turn, put 2 demons tokens into play. Invoke Pact. Draw 2 cards. Return target champion from your discard pile to play. If it's an opponent's turn, they put a demon token into play. Drifting Terror. Put a demon token into play. Champion of the Wicked. Ambush. Other evil champions gain +1/+1. Rampaging Cyclops. 12/17. Flood of Fire, a dragon event. Deal 7 damage to a target, or deal 3 damage to target player and each of their champions. Stalking Werewolf. Ambush. Draw a card. Polar Shock. Draw 2 cards, or deal 6 damage to target champion and each opponent. Devour. Draw 2 cards, or break target champion. That player whose turn is gains 5 health. Howl. Put 2 wolf tokens into play, or target champion gets 5/5. Forest Giant. Eager Necromancer. Tribute. Banish up to 3 target cards from an opponent's discard. Put a zombie token into play for each champion banished this way. And finally, Ascendant Pyromancer. Tribute. Deal 4 damage to target player and each of their champions. Alright, so that's deck 1. So a lot of creating tokens and gaining bonuses for your team. And then we have Sage and Good. And there's their deck list. So we're going to have Sequester. Draw 2 cards, or return up to 2 target champions to their owner's hands, banish target player's discard pile. Storm Dragon. Deal 2 damage to each of any number of targets. Lightning Mage. Deal 2 damage to a target. So less damage, but more of it. Lay Claim. Put 4 human tokens into play, draw a card. If it is your turn, banish all champions. Sky Serpent. Another dragon. That's a cool looking one. The feathers or the wings on the tail. Plus just 4 wings. All wings and claws. 9/10. Breath of Life. Gain 12 health or return target good champion from a discard pile to play. The player's return puts 2 human tokens into play. Soulstorm. Draw 2 cards, or starting with you, each player chooses a champion they didn't control. Break the rest. Shock Trooper. Ambush Blitz. Your good champions get +4 attack this turn. A Chronicler. Tribute, return target card from your discard pile to your hand. Knight of the Dragon. Draw a card. Ambushing Airborne. I like that the dragon has armor on. Disappearing Act. Deal 2 damage to a target, or return target champion to its owner's hand. If it's an opponent's turn, you may discard a card. Subjugate. Draw 2 cards, or banish all champions with 7 defense or more. Garbage Golem. Reveal. Show the top card of your deck to all players. Draw it. If it was Sage, draw another card. Ensnaring Ruin. Banish target 0 champion. or deal 4 damage to target attacking champion. It gets -8 attack this turn. Aerial Assassin. Just don't look over your shoulder. Time Theft. Ambush. Tribute. You may return target champion to its owner's hand. Knight of Glory. Blitz. Tribute up to 2 target champions. Each gets +6 this turn. Dragonling. It's a little tiny dragon. Evict. Draw 2 cards. If it's your turn, return all champions to their owner's hands. Then each opponent discards a card. Mobilize. Gain 7 health. Put 3 human tokens into play. Arm. Target champion gets +7 attack, or target champion gets +10 defense. That's nice. Imperial Cavalry. Ambush. Put 3 human tokens into play. Imperial Commander. Other good champions have +3 attack or draw a card. Absolve. Gain 4 health. Draw 2 cards. Transmogrify. Sage champions get +2 health or 2 attack this turn. Other champions get -2. Draw 2 cards. Temporize. Draw 2 cards. Put target attacking champions on top of its owner's deck. War Priest. Put 2 human tokens into play. Bounty Hunter. Banish target opposing champion. Sunstrike. Draw 2 cards. Banish target champion with 12 or less. And finally, Lightning Elemental. Deal 2 damage to a target. Yeah, so that's definitely fun little decks. And again, after you finish these, you can always swap them and do good and evil versus wild and sage. Or you could switch them around the other directions. You know, so you have some options. Yeah, so they got rid of the loyalty out of here, which basically means if you have to show 2 cards of the same other of the alignment to be able to to get the special abilities. So tributes activate when they come into play, and then loyalty, they activate when they come into play if you reveal 2 cards, which if you're playing multicolored decks, I can get why. This is a good starter set. I was just double checking this effect here. Some effects let you decide whether you target anything at all. You may target a champion. Varying up targets, for example. I didn't explain what I wanted to. I was just wondering when it says target, if you have to target a champion. Because I noticed the Sage cards have a lot of stuff that say targeting, but they don't specify who they target. Like, target does 2 damage. I wonder if that means you can do direct damage to a player. But it doesn't really specify that in here. Because I wonder if that's why it makes them a little bit more powerful, because they can do a lot more direct damage. Interesting, though. Yeah, it doesn't actually specify that. Alright, well, that is our Epic Duels. So that is our newest big box, or little box, I guess, expansion. Yeah, so if you're looking to just start the game, you've never heard of this, it's probably the easier one to find because it's brand new, or it's the newest one out currently. Adds a little bit simpler rules, has a nice startup. If you've never played this type of game, you might find it more fun. Maybe a little bit less frustrating, because you can literally play through a turn where it's telling you what to do through the match, what cards you're going to have in your hand, how to do it. And then, if you enjoy it, you can pick up the other, either other expansion packs, or you can pick up the other base games. Alright, see you guys later. Bye.